Hey there. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to this week's July 13th Social Cues, New York Times style section.
Midsummer edition, so
there we go.
Halfway there.
Oh, don't say that.
Okay, just kidding. There's lots of summer left.
Here we go. Too tired for a mess. I have two sisters who live in different parts of the country. All of us are mothers with young kids. Both of them have visited with their young children, but one family was a real strain on us while they were here. Toys were destroyed, food was smeared on furniture, and cleanup and cooking were left mostly to me. Usually I have the energy for these visits, but we're really not feeling up to it this year. I haven't seen either of my sisters for a year and a half. Am I correct in assuming that if I tell one sister that I am not up for a visit from her family, that I cannot invite the other sister, whose family members were easy and helpful guests? Either?
Is that where it ends?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just a little strange ending there with the...
Yeah, she had the word either tapped on and yeah. Anyway.
Okay. But the question seems clear, and so... Should sister person answer first?
Yeah.
Okay. Sound like a Mormon family or something when I'm saying like
sister
person. Yeah. Okay. But I do have two sisters, so I can connect in some ways with this one. So I guess I just believe that there should not be a lot of rules about invitations. I think there should be some leeway in individuals being able to make invitations as they see fit, and considerate guests should get more consideration than the others. So I just feel pretty strongly that just things don't always have to be equal. Like, they're both my sisters, so and I do feel like sometimes one-on-one time with a smaller group of family can be better. So I give her full permission to invite one sister over the other. Try not to feel guilty about it. Recognize that there's value in greater intimacy in a smaller circle. And yes, she does have to talk, though, to the sister, the misbehaved one, or the one that just was not a good guest. Because I feel if she doesn't talk to her, it's not gonna change. And she obviously sounds like she still loves her sister, cares about her sister, but just doesn't want them around for the extra work. So I think if that doesn't get addressed, it's going to be a big burden, grudge. And so I feel like it has to be addressed.
Gotcha. Yeah, when I look at this, I look at it through a little bit of a behavioral standpoint. Toys were destroyed. So how many toys over how long course of period of time? Food was smeared on furniture. Well, that's going to happen in all likelihood with children. I mean, even teenagers, even adults at times. So, I guess I'm curious about how big of a deal this stuff was. So frequency, severity, duration, that's how we judge behavior. And I would look at it through that prism to really have a sense of, okay, how big of a deal ultimately was this? So that would be one thing I would add here. The other thing that I would add is, the sisters can invite her and her family for a visit too. Reciprocity is a wonderful thing. It shouldn't just always be about, oh, I've got to be the one hosting here. So anyway, that's another option.
Absolutely. Yeah. Get on other terms. Go to the bad sister's house and show them what it's like to be a good guest. Volunteer to do cooking. Help with the dishes. So maybe...
Oh, there we go. Wow, that's a nice add-on. I like that.
Yeah. Sort of demonstrate, this is what a good guest is like. Maybe I should be a better one next time. Yeah. So, yeah, I think learning opportunity may happen if there's a change of scenery and it's somebody else's home.
Yep. Or neutral territory. that would be another one.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just resort.
Yep.
And
your family is in your room and the chaos is there. It's contained and I don't have to deal with it. So.
Definitely. I don't have to worry about Cheerios in my shoes that don't belong to me. So.
Yeah, no, I don't want to worry about that. Okay, well, I think we covered that one pretty good.
I think so.
So let's see what Philip says. As a sibling myself, I suspect your conundrum may be rooted in history. The sister with whom you had the difficult experience probably has a track record of not pitching in, right? That's how it is in my family anyway. So my job here is twofold. First, to assure you that you can invite whomever you like to your home. It would be a shame not to see either sister because you didn't have the energy for one of them. More important, though, I want you to know that relationships with siblings can change in adulthood. For starters, your sister's children are nearly 2 years older now and probably less likely to break toys and smear food on furniture. And, as an adult, you can explain to your sister that you are exhausted now and predicate any invitation on her willingness to be your partner in managing the household. All the children, during their visit. If this seems impossible to you or destined to fail, I respect your feelings. So how about proposing a meeting of your sisters and their children at some neutral location, at cabins on a lake maybe, and I think it's worth considering whether a single difficult conversation with your sister, one for which you can prepare in advance, is preferable to letting a lifelong relationship wither.
Okay, so I think we have some commonalities in our answers about giving the person permission to invite just one sister if she needs to, but also a little bit of your idea about getting away from the pattern of always being at this one sister's house and instead being somewhere else where it would not be one family's responsibility to do all that hosting and yeah, although I'm a little bit scared just from having had that bad when we rented a house with the it wasn't Airbnb, it was the other one that,
it was a rental in Michigan.
And the person was, there was used towels places, there was we were all kinds of bizarre charges, so I would be a little scared to take this other sister's family with them. If we were, you know what I mean? Like if we were charged for you had toothpaste in the sink, even though there's a cleaning charge, but what's going to happen with the dirty family?
Well, the dirty family, the bad sister. Whew. Okay.
Labels are flying.
Yes, they are. Okay. Well, that's where having your own rental, you rent your room, they rent their room, everybody's responsible for their own stuff. Done. Nice and simple.
Right. But oftentimes it's a better deal to do a
3 for
a
1.
home where there's different room, everybody gets a room, shared kitchen, as opposed to everybody having their own.
Well, if you have concerns about this, then it's going to be worth the extra money to just divide and be done with it. And there you go. Okay, settled, done, case closed. So
definitely makes sense.
Great, good. I think we're done with that one. Well done. And now we go on to number 2. No peace in the gym. I live in an apartment building that has private gym for residents on the ground floor, with windows facing the street. I often use it by myself at 5:30 a.m. During business hours, packages for tenants are delivered to the front desk, but before and after hours, there is a system for making secure deliveries to an unmanned package room and a sign that tells delivery drivers how to do this. I'm not sure if they see the sign or know how to use the system, but drivers often bang on the gym windows instead and ask me to let them in. I don't feel safe doing this as a woman alone early in the morning. Still, I know that delivery drivers work hard and I don't want to make their jobs more difficult. What should I do?
All right. You want to take this one first?
Yeah. I mean, she absolutely should prioritize her safety. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And one of the things that could be done here is for there to be more prominent signage about what the process is here outside of regular hours. And that way when she's in there and if somebody bangs on the wall or window, she can just point to the sign, letting them know what to do, and case closed. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel as if person should not have to interrupt their workout to do the apartment building management work. It's just not fair. There has to be a better system. So I feel she has no obligation whatsoever. And you're right that it can be really unsafe. There's been a lot of issues and a lot of stories in the news about people who have disguise themselves, and the clothing of a messenger or police, things like that. So it is unsafe, and so I don't think she wants to invite that kind of
possibility.
Trouble. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we just had that incident happen in Minnesota where the politicians were killed and another pair were seriously injured, and by that person imitating a police officer. So.
Yeah, would have not been let in probably otherwise.
It's a dangerous world out there. So, okay, let's see what Philip says. Letting strangers into your apartment building, whether they are wearing delivery uniforms or otherwise, is not safe for you or your fellow tenants. And since I assume that the drivers propose leaving their deliveries at the unattended front desk, that does not bode well for the security of the packages either. Inform the building management company about your awkward experiences and suggest more prominent signage. Personally, I would also request blinds for the gym windows so that you are not on display while exercising and are possibly spared the window banging and negotiating over package delivery. As for the hardworking delivery drivers, they should understand your bind. Point them toward the package room. That's what it's there for.
Okay, yeah. Nice addition to make sure that there's privacy for working out. I've always wondered when I've passed places, and I know for some maybe Gold's Gym, and it's a statement. People are happy to be pumping iron in front of windows showing off, but a lot of us would just rather work out in private. So I like the addition of adding up blinds so that person doesn't know there's someone in there to bother.
Exactly. Focusing on your rhythm, your technique, definitely important.
Enough to concentrate on. Absolutely. Gym rat.
Yeah. That's right. I'll be there tomorrow morning. Okay, let's see. On to number 3. Awkward salutations. After a joyful wedding, my uncle's girlfriend parted ways with me by saying, "I love you." The problem is, we've only met twice. She's a sweet person, but it felt as if she cut corners to create closeness. I said it back, but it felt icky. What should I do next time?
Okay, well, I do think people say "I love you" in a way that is different than other times when they say "I love you." I mean, I feel like sometimes people are just meaning like, "I'm feeling love in the moment," and you're the closest person nearby, so I'm going to love you. I can love the umpire at the Brewers game, too, who gave me a good call for my player, called somebody safe who looked like they were out. So, I mean, I think that people use the term very loosely, and whereas I don't have too much of a problem of it personally, if someone throws it my way, and I know the difference between the real and the
general
one. But, I do think people need to listen to what makes them feel uncomfortable, and there's usually legitimate reasons. So if it makes her not feel good, then I think that she doesn't have to say it back and can just find some other pleasantry to say, "Yeah, it was great to see you." I don't think it always has to be duplicated. Even in love relationship, it doesn't always have to be duplicated. So I feel it should be an individual sentiment, not a song that's got two parts to it where one person says and the other person has to. So
a requirement. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I hear you on that one. The other thing too that I was thinking of was, hey, this is a wedding. People are feeling the love. There's champagne flowing probably, and you're boozing it up a little bit, and hey, who isn't a little overly juiced under those kind of circumstances and just feeling the love? So, that probably, I imagine, was at least a factor in something like that.
Definitely. And it would be surprising if it was a dry wedding and no one had even a tiny bit of alcohol. So it would be very unusual. So I'm sure that contributed to it. Yeah. So, a lot of workarounds if person doesn't want to say it back, and maybe if they continue to not reciprocate it, maybe at some point the person will stop saying it to them. Yep. Like, hey, she didn't say it to me, so.
Here we go. I think we've covered that one. Let's see what Philip says. I doubt that your uncle's girlfriend loves you after 2 meetings any more than you love her. She was probably being effusive, or may have been tipsy after the joyful wedding reception. No need to critique her language or match it. Simply respond in a way that feels comfortable. Perhaps it was great to see you too.
Absolutely. Okay. So many things to say to not be all Grinchy about it or Scrooge, but just to not say words that you don't believe in and that make you feel badly. So.
Yep, indeed. Okay, well, we're all on the same page with that one, and now on to number 4, My Friend the Flavor Hog. Interesting title indeed. On his annual visits to town, my friend invites me to meet him at his favorite ice cream shop that he touts for its generous sampling policy. Most people try 1 or 2 flavors before deciding, but my friend tries several. And he fails to read the room. The servers and customers behind him in line often become impatient with him, which he fails to notice. Should I say something to him?
Okay, touchy. People are defensive when called out on behavior that is being regarded not so positively. I do think a big factor is how good of a friend it is, because I feel as if with the people who are in my closest inner circle, I have a lot of leeway. I can say things and they're not going to get defensive. So it'd be really easy to say, hey, you're holding up the line. Like, make a decision already. And like people would just expect that from me and not kind of bat an eye over it. And so it'd be saying my point, but without without it causing any rift between us. But if it's a business associate or somebody with just a little bit more distance, and it said the person when they come to town, so they may not see each other all the time, I think it would be a little bit harder to be that honest. But I do still feel as if I would speak up for the poor workers, for the line, and just nudge the person about their selfishness and just say, well, there's so many people, I think we should probably get going, using the inclusive we, so it's not singling them out as look what happened as a result of your greediness.
Yeah, good points. And waiting in line, I would appreciate you doing that, by the way. Yeah, I agree with you. The other thing, too, is I would probably talk to them about it in advance so that I'm not doing it in public in front of other people. Once again, limiting the public humiliation angle there, potentially. That way, it's less of a big deal, hopefully, if I feel the need to really say that.
Yeah, and here I think I disagree a little bit, because I feel if someone said to me in advance, it would make it seem like it was a bigger deal. Like, okay, I have to warn you before going in. I really thought about this a lot, as opposed to in the moment of like, I'm feeling the pressure of the people in line. So I think I would feel a little bit more schooled if somebody told me in advance, like, I know you always do this, so it would make me feel a little bit worse. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I have been in a lot of situations where people are oblivious to the line, where they're just like taking their time of like, oh, I'm not really sure, and it's just crazy for me to have that attitude, because I'm so aware of the worker, the line, other people's stuff. So it's mind-boggling that other people can just exist in their bubble and not be aware of other people. So I feel to nudge them to
be more conscientious.
Be more one with the people around you can only be helpful.
Indeed, I agree with you. The other thing too is, if it's this big of a problem, you could always just let your friend go in by himself and, just wait outside. I mean, that's potentially what I might do. I'm just not feeling like ice cream tonight, and, go ahead and enjoy, and I'll just wait out here for you. And that way I can just avoid the whole situation and don't have to be part of it.
But you're not helping the line and the workers. You've got to do your part for the line, because this person's going to continue to be oblivious. And if they're oblivious there, they're probably going to be oblivious at another place. And when the busy wait staff is like trying to take the order, and they said they were ready to order, and then I'm just not really sure.
Well, I'm just putting another option out there for people, in terms of if you're not interested in confronting your friend,
Right.
So, anyway.
Or try another food.
Yep.
Right?
There you go.
That doesn't offer samples. We can't. We go to the taco stand. We're not able to try 5 tacos before we find the one we like.
Or the pie shop.
So maybe just nudge them to the bagel store.
There you go. So many options.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see what Philip says. Why meddle with your friend's happiness? If the proprietors of the ice cream shop have not set a reasonable limit on the number of samples the customer may request, then they should get on it. But until then, this strikes me as none of your business. Ooh. Okay.
Well, so much being a line advocate. Obviously, Philip and I disagree about that.
Live and let live. Okay.
Used to go to New Hampshire, isn't it? Like,
live free or die. That's right. Or live and let sample. There you go. So.
Right. Gonna redo that. It was a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Live and let die. So live and let sample. I love it.
Yeah.
So I feel that answer is a little bit problematic, because not only does it not help the friend be a more conscientious individual, but it also. It's bothering the person, so it's saying don't say anything, and then it also just does to help the line, and I just feel
I mean, that this person is being thoughtful and they're being conscientious towards other people. I don't think they deserve the door being slammed in their face.
Agreed.
Okay, well, that's a wrap.
Makes me hungry for some ice cream.
Oh, what flavor? Are you going to go sample?
Oh, at least 6, so just kidding.
Well done.
You too.
Take care, and we'll chat next week.
Okay, if not before.
Indeed.